All right. Everybody says, what about? My answer to you is this: does it taste sweet? If the answer is yes, then my answer to you is no.
Beer's not sweet.
I don't know why. This is the part that I don't understand. You guys gotta help me understand. I don't know why this is the hardest thing for my culinary students to do. I can understand it for other people, but for people who want their whole life to be about food, why is a beverage so important? And by the way, alcohol is an approved beverage. Yes! Awesome. Sweeten it. It's already sweet. No, not Bailey's. Okay, not wine coolers. No, if it tastes sweet, don't drink it. You gotta get the dry wine, you gotta kick in that cider, that Chuck's angry, none of that crap.
Angry Orchard.
Okay, no Moscato wine.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah.
What made me think about it when Chef talks about the Naked, the brand Naked, and it had all of the, what is that, is that? Yeah, no, this is actually the list, the good, the bad, and it's called I-522. Washington State GMOs. I thought probably Chef would, because she mentioned the Naked, and it basically is everything that we've been discussing in here is actually on this website. The GMOs, Monsanto, even the Similac for the babies, and how it's genetically engineered, and if it's organic, if it was anything in it that was not natural, they can't use it. But on the other hand, they're able to use this in baby formula, and they've done studies that relate the formula to the high level of cases of ADD and ADHD that we have in the children from that.
What's the website again? What's the website?
Corn.
What's it called?
It's called Corn.
Corn or porn?
Oh, Corn. Yeah. CORNUCOPIA.org. Yeah.
It's corn ooh with a U, not an I.
Huh?
Corn ooh copia.
With a U?
Yeah.
With a U. It's awesome. You talk about feedlots. I know. It's just, it's.
All right, I gotta move on.
Next week.
Again, my whole point is this: nutrient dense, and then as we said, diet soda is not nutrient dense. Milk is nutrient dense if it did not have the antibiotics and the hormones. I'm fine with milk if it didn't have that. So let's say fat-free or low-fat organic milk instead of whole milk. In fact, I would get rid of low-fat. That to me is not nutrient dense. It would either be fat-free organic milk or whole milk. Low-fat is not a factor. Guys, if you're a milk drinker, either buy whole milk or buy fat-free. Do not buy low-fat.
Okay.
2%, 1%. You said it's
Well, you know how much, you know how
Well,
much.
let me do it. I got this. I got this. Who can tell me how much fat is in whole milk?
Like 4%? 3%? 3%?
3.5%. So when you're buying low-fat milk, and it's 1 or 2%, really, are you doing much?
No.
Might as well drink whole milk. Huh? Most people, when I say how much, they say 20%, 18, 30%, no, 3.5.
Not if you're lactose intolerant. Not if you're lactose intolerant.
That's why I drink soy.
Like soy is the best, man. I like it.
All right? Now, here it says, okay, most nutrient dense. See, I don't agree with any of these, really.
I had a feeling that.
If this says extra lean, grass-fed ground beef instead of regular, I'd be good.
Mhm.
Because grass-fed beef is actually good for you.
Right.
And they said nutrient dense, right? So I'm looking for the maximum nutrients here, and that's not it. Okay? Go
What's that?
ahead.
So extra lean, that's like 85-15.
All right. Here's some more issues I have.
Oh, God.
All right? My plate, 2,000 calories. So they're basing the My Plate on about 2,000 calories because the majority of us are in the 2,000 calorie range. The lowest I've ever heard is 1,500 calories. The most I've ever heard is 2,500 calories. So that's why they picked right smack dab in the middle at 2,000 calories. All right? And they say 6-ounce equivalents of grains. I do not like that. Okay? Because that, the way it's read, is not nutrient dense. Can someone tell me what's wrong with that?
Whole grain.
Huh?
Whole grain.
Whole grain. Whole grain. It should say whole grains. Because grains are not nutrient dense. Whole grains are nutrient dense. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. 2.5 cups of veg, 2 cups of fruit, 3 cups of milk, and thank you very much for putting the equivalent, finally. 5.5 equivalent of lean meats and beans. I'm good with this because this is our nutrient dense of the two.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 6 teaspoons of oil. Notice it doesn't say fat, it says oil. You always want liquid. Okay, you don't want solid. Solid's bad. Liquid's fine. So we're good there. And then 258 empty calories. That's a day. Okay? A Snickers bar is about 236.
Wow.
One Snickers bar in the day, you're done. Okay? A Coke, 360.
Oh.
You've already exceeded.
Wow. Wow.
One Coke.
Wow.
That's a 12-ounce. Go ahead.
Crazy.
All right.
Might have to eat a PowerPoint.
Nutrition message. Balancing calories. Enjoy your food, but eat less and avoid oversized portions. Foods that you need to increase, make half your plates fruits and vegetables. Here it says, again, contradicting themselves. Make at least half your grains whole grains. Well, if the other half wasn't whole grains, am I doing nutrient dense? No. No. Why do you think they did that?
I don't know.
Grains. What does Monsanto own? Corn. Corn is not a whole grain.
Yeah.
Corn is not a whole grain. Popcorn is a whole grain. Popcorn's good for you.
Yeah.
Problem is, we put butter and salt on it.
Oh.
If you didn't, you'd be fine. Popcorn is very good for you, but regular corn is not a whole grain.
So why is popcorn a whole grain?
I don't know. It just is. I don't know. Find out. There's all different breeds of corn, and that particular breed is a whole grain.
Oh, okay. So you said dried corn is a whole grain?
What?
Dried corn is a whole grain.
No. Popcorn is the only whole grain.
Popcorn comes from a dried grain, though, right?
Huh?
Different type of corn. Oh, okay.
Type of corn.
Let's see if they brought me
That first one you said there is interesting because my doctor said a lot of the reasons why people overeat is they don't chew their food properly, and so it doesn't give your brain.
It doesn't signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stomach doesn't signal the brain fast
I
enough.
think it takes 20 minutes for the brain to catch up to the stomach, between 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah,
By the
you
time
do.
you're probably done eating, you know?
Wow.
Or you're still eating.
So I started crying. So she's away all over
Okay.
Oh, I'm done.
Switch to fat-free. Forget this. No. Foods to reduce. Compare sodium in foods like soup, bread, frozen meals, and choose foods with lower numbers. And drink water instead of sugary drinks. Or you can drink unsweet tea or unsweet coffee. And I'll tell you what, that's the first thing I did. And that was the best thing I did, was get rid of that. And when we get to the carbohydrate chapter, I will talk more about why it's so important. Okay, go ahead. Here's your fruit and veggie, groups. I'm not gonna go into that too much. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, 1 cup of fruit, they recommend 2 a day. 1 cup is equal to all those things, but notice that, and I do not recommend fruit juice, and even they had to put fruit juice on there to make everybody happy, okay? But they at least gave us this disclaimer. Let's look at it. Where is it?
It's on the side.
You really shouldn't. Basically, the only reason why they said fruit juice is not to piss anyone off. Even they know you want the fruit, not the juice.
Even dealing with children, if you don't give them fruit, they want you to give them fruit juice.
Even nutritionists say if you can get away with giving them fruit, you're better off. They say it. Pediatricians say it too.
It's better not to give kids fruit.
Juice.
The fruit. And I'll tell you, kids have a heart. You want the fiber to be regular. And kids, how many of you are mothers? Mothers? Okay, mothers. Let's all tell everyone else who isn't. In the first 2 years of life, how many times do we sit there and think, have they pooped yet today? We spend the whole damn first 2 years making sure those things poop.
Yeah.
Because we know if they don't poop, they'll be held to pay. Why are you so... Oh, now I know why you're so fussy. And if you're giving them fruit juice and not fruit,
Oh, no.
you could be giving them fruit and they'll be pooping, which would ease our minds so much. Okay? All right, so then you've got the dried fruit, apple, banana, blah, blah, blah. Okay, go ahead. Fruits are naturally low in calories, fat, and sodium. They have no cholesterol. They're an important source of vitamin C, potassium, folate, and fiber. Why should I eat lots of fruits and veggies? They are associated with reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. Some veggies and fruits may be protective against certain types of cancer. They're low in calories, and they contribute nutrients that we don't get enough of. Plus, beautiful thing about it, for us, that's where you're going to get the majority of color and presentation on your plate. And the most profit.
Oh, big time. That's good money right there.
Okay? Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, let's talk about the grain for a minute. This is the anatomy of the grain.
Yeah, I remember this.
This is a whole grain right here. Okay? This, the inside, is the endosperm. The endosperm is the starch, the starchy mass of the grain. This is the germ. The germ is the seed. This will sprout and form new life. This is the bran. It's the outer coating. Okay? That is hard. It's insoluble fiber. It's high in fiber and not so easy to digest. Now, don't go anywhere. So you know what the 3 are. Can someone tell me which is the most nutritious part of that?
The bran.
Raise your hand if you think it's the bran. 2 people. I think you guys are nobody's voting. Okay.
Bran.
The brand.
How many say the endosperm? Okay. How many say the germ? It is the germ.
They form new life. Yeah.
The germ supports new life, which means this little seed has all the nutrients that will one day grow a plant. Now, think about this. Sunflower seed. Y'all know what it looks like, right? Sunflower plant. Y'all know what it looks like? That little seed holds all the nutrients that plant will one day need. So you can eat that whole plant and get the same nutrients that you would get from that little seed.
And the seeds taste better.
That's why they tell you to eat seeds and sprouts, because the seeds and sprouts hold all the nutrients that the large plant will one day need. So they're the most nutritious parts.
Wow.
The bran is where we get all the fiber. See, here's where we're getting all the nutrients. That's when we eat our whole grains, we're getting all our nutrients right there.
Yeah.
1 second. And then we're getting all our fiber right here. So this helps us poop. This part, the only thing it does is make us feel full. When the grain is a refined grain, something opposite of whole grain, a refined grain is just this. Okay? And quite honestly, other than making us feel full, this is useless.
It's rice.
Useless. Okay? All right. Yes.
Even if it's baked,
Even if it's baked.
seeds. We bake a lot of seeds.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead. Whole grains contain the fiber-rich bran and vitamin-rich germs, which is I just said. The fiber's in the bran, the nutrients are in the germs. Examples of whole grains is whole wheat, brown rice, whole wheat bread, wheat oatmeal. Come on.
Really?
It's true. It's true. Cheerios too, regular, not sweetened. Also, we've got others though. We have quinoa, we have flaxseed, we have chia seeds, we have amaranth, we have millet, we have
Oh my God.
kamut, we have farro. We have, it's unlimited. It's unlimited. There's over hundreds of different kinds of whole grains out there. There's so many. There's so many, and a lot of them you're going to cook in contemporary cuisine. Okay? Now, if the bran and germ are removed, the grain is then called refined or milled. Examples are white flour, white rice, white bread, cornflakes, and most baked goods, because most baked goods have flour.
Simple carbohydrates.
Huh?
Everything is brown.
Right, simple carbs. Now, I'm going to touch on a subject, okay? I told you, number one, the first thing you should do to improve your health. I already told you.
Right.
Stop
drinking sugar.
If it tastes sugary in a beverage, don't eat it. I'm not saying don't eat ice cream. I'm just talking with your beverages. That's all I'm talking. Because that's what we consume more of in the day. All right?
Liquid.
We're always drinking. All right? So you do that one thing, that's huge. Number two. You ready?
Yep.
I have a saying. If it's white,
It ain't right.
it is not all right. If it is white, it is not all right. White bread, white rice, white potatoes, get them out of your diet. It is time to get down
With the
brown. I'm serious.
No potatoes.
You need to eat brown rice, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat bread.
I get home with
Sweet potatoes.
sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Yes, sir. Is it white?
Yep.
It ain't.
It is not all right. It is not all right.
Okay.
Every time you eat that piece of bread, you say, oh, it doesn't have any fat. I didn't put butter on it. Well, is it white bread? Yeah. Not all right.
So even the purple potatoes, that would still fall under white potatoes?
I'm sorry?
Purple potatoes?
Yes, those are white.
Yeah.
Only sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the exception of the superfood.
Sweet potatoes are superfood. The only one.
Wow.
No more white. No more pasta. You gotta eat whole wheat pasta. No more couscous. You gotta eat whole wheat couscous. No more white rice. You gotta eat brown rice. Let me tell you something. With diabetics, the first thing the doctor says is get the white out of it, out of your diet. Get the white out of your diet. Okay? No crackers, whole wheat crackers. Got it?
Yep.
Now, Here's the other mistake people make. They hear that and they're like, okay, no white, brown. What's better for you, white bread or wheat bread?
Neither one.
White bread and wheat bread are the same thing. It's gotta be whole wheat bread.
Whole.
What's better for you, white bread or multigrain bread?
Whole.
They're the same damn thing. It's gotta, oh, this is bleeding, cracking and bleeding. It's gotta say whole. If it doesn't say whole, it's not good for you. Y'all got that?
Yeah.
It's gotta say whole. It's gotta have the word whole. Has everybody got that?
Yeah.
We'll stop here and talk more tomorrow.
Yes, man. I love this class. I can think